everybody. Welcome back to Stable Condition.
I hate you so much, Tibor.
Dang it.
That's within line of what we do, so...
Do you want to try that again, my man?
No,
my man. So now you're talking like you're dressing.
Why are you...
I'm so upset.
I know.
And by the way...
I just came from
This
work.
is where the visual cues...
Come on.
This is... Just take a picture of him real quick
I swear
and
to God,
then
you're cool
slice it in there.
That's a compliment. You're Kuwabara off of video.
Okay.
Keep going, keep
Bar
going.
was awesome.
He's
Yes.
really
Space
one.
on my
yeah.
phone.
But this is not a swear word. This is in line with an actual product, but you look like a douche.
Okay.
You'll understand that if you've seen Sausage Party.
I still have not seen Sausage Party.
Trust me, we plan on showing you.
At least I'm not a turd sandwich.
Oh. Dude, too
There's the
soon.
South Park
Too
episode.
Too soon.
Oh,
Actually,
man.
so in case you haven't noticed yet, Cam is one of our special guests again. He's in the neighborhood.
Yeah, it was my turn to give people rides.
Supposedly.
How does it feel, bud?
Hey, I'm here.
Yo,
You know?
Cam, I'm actually out of space on my phone. Could you take a picture of our favorite frat boy?
Why do you not have space in your phone?
So I might not have nice pictures on here.
Uh-huh.
Wow, I am so impressed with both of.
I mean, you just been recently announced...
Come on, hang loose, baby.
Hold on, do that again.
I did it.
Did you get it?
No,
I gave you a perfect look.
No, but then you stopped right when I
set you up
snapped it.
perfectly.
Beautifully.
Give me one more,
Get it
buddy.
right,
One more.
scrub.
Something beautiful about douche.
Stop laughing. You keep
Okay, so
yelling.
hold on, real quick.
That's all we got. That's the best.
You know what? That's okay.
It's cute.
Pretty please. It's cute. Pretty cute.
Yeah.
Pretty please send it over.
It's
So.
like you're posing for your high school photo.
So don't worry, Trixie is not actually asleep in the background. He's actually not feeling good. He's not
You know
feeling well
what? You
today.
could have just told them he was, and that would have been awesome.
I don't know. Did he
I
say,
have photos of him looking like he's asleep.
did he say that
It's
he...
okay, senor. Let's get over here.
Does he still
It's
have...
okay, Trixie.
Does he still
It's
have the
okay.
conch or...
No, I think he's got the flu.
Oh, man.
But basically, Cam is just so happens to be stepping in for him right now. So
We have to fill in the void somehow.
Yeah, buzz.
I guess. I mean, he has gone to sleep in an episode before.
Whatever, right?
We
Has
did
he really?
Animation Cell. Well, we were up at like 7 in the morning.
What
That's...
does that tell
Oh, yeah.
That we go on for a very long time.
you?
We
Yeah.
can go on for a very long time.
It's possible.
Well,
so speaking of which, what are we talking about today?
okay, so today we are reviewing the episode Where the Apple Lies.
I'm JWhoof.
This is a good episode.
Is that all you got?
No, I know what the line is. I'm JWhoof. I'm DoTheDaringDew. I'm Tibor. No, it's. I think what I'm noticing is I'm JWhoof. I'm DoTheDaringDew.
No, JWhoof's always saved for last.
Whatever. No, because Tibor's supposed to go last, and he's supposed to mess it up in some way.
You saved the best for last.
So a
Saved it
flub?
with meh.
So an error?
That's what
I mean,
makes it good.
Have you seen this guy's clothes? Look at this. It's beautiful.
Beautiful is a strong word,
Yeah,
sir.
this is
Come on, I came from work. Come on. You can't knock me.
So, anyways, we're going to
I'm
review.
not knocking you. I don't.
I'm not saying you are.
Okay.
We're reviewing the Pony episode Where the Apple Lies, and Cam wanted us to have a very interesting discussion.
Well, let's hit the episode first.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
we always-
what we do.
Yeah, we always do it
We go in
first.
order.
We
Is
just
it?
we just give them the rundown. That's all.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. Tibor, you are precious in this picture, by the way.
Oh my gosh.
Does that not?
Well, send that to me as
Like,
well.
Come on, like, do you want me to edit that?
You are
Photoshop a high school background, like the blue screen? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
It's
it's like-
precious.
I don't know what it is, but it's like
Oh
that
my God.
like
I'm-
gray background.
I am totally gonna provide a link to
Oh,
this.
and I'm
not-
sitting in like oh.
Yeah, exactly.
I had the
You have the pose,
I had the perfect positioning.
dude. This is precious.
I'm just gonna say this right now. This was not intentional for me.
It's one of God's happy little
Although that
accidents, huh?
picture of J-Thor in the hat is this.
Okay,
not
now
very-
you have to send a picture.
Whoa!
Now you have to send a picture of that because he brought it up.
Anyways, Where the Apple Lies.
Yes. This was a
This is
really
not
good
a picture.
episode.
I think I was the only one in this room that enjoyed the episode.
Did you?
I mean,
yeah.
Well, I enjoyed it. It's just not one of my favorites of the season. It's near the bottom of the barrel, actually.
It's still better than the whole Zephyr Breeze episode.
I love how much you hate that one.
when we get to that episode, I will go into.
Do you hate it
full
more than Magical
detail.
Mystery Cure?
Yeah.
Okay,
Really?
I actually did not know that.
I don't actually hate Magical Mystery Cure. I just.
Oh, it's just like to piss everybody off.
Just to jack with Clayton.
Oh yeah.
So did
But
I.
you actually legitimately hated that episode.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
He says that now, but when we start the episode, he's gonna go on this massive rant. He's gonna be like, it was okay.
No, I really hate that character. I really hate that episode.
Okay.
But we're not talking about this
I'm
episode.
about to say, this is a little later on in season 6.
But yeah, this features
This is a flashback episode!
with background horse.
Why would you say that when you're in range?
Because I can.
And
Well,
Cam's here too.
She's the pony of Texas.
I'd say, you're ripping on Texas, but don't send me that one too! I didn't ask for this.
You have to put that there too.
I didn't ask for this.
You have to use it.
There.
I didn't ask for this.
That's absolutely the
But,
noise you made.
I didn't ask for this.
I really, this was a sort of a meh episode, to be honest with you.
Alexander over here would know that for sure.
Shut up. So
That's my line.
then let's start with you. Why do you think it's meh?
I don't know. Because I don't know. Just like the placement of, coming. I think this is after which episode?
Every little thing she does. No, not every little thing.
PPOV.
Yeah, PPOV,
And then
which was a very good episode.
yeah, and then just like a random flashback episode with Applejack. And I actually do like that. We get a little bit more from Big Mac, as far as like why he's so silent or very non.
Stoic.
He's stoic.
I noticed that from Cam actually. He started laughing as soon as Big Mac started getting articulate.
You howled when he started talking.
Because Big Mac is awesome.
I couldn't agree more, but it's.
Oh yeah.
And also, I have to agree with Cam on this. I like his old hairdo.
The
Like his
spiky
mohawk.
It's not a mohawk per se, but the spiky kind of ish mane. It's definitely different.
Oh yeah.
I mean, actually, Tibbs has got a point. Technically, all horse names are mohawks. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, you know that if you actually looked at horses.
But I'm very allergic to horses, so.
Yeah, that's the funny, ironic thing about
Oh, trust me, I know. I know. That's one of my favorite ironic things about me. Love this show, love this fandom. I will not go near an actual horse.
Do you know who wrote this episode? I literally have no idea.
It's David Rapp and here I'll look it up as soon as I pick my phone up.
Why did you have to drop your phone?
Because gravity.
Oh man.
So continue.
But I personally enjoy this episode because of young Philly Applejack. She was adorable.
Yeah, she was really adorable in
Very
this one.
skinny legs.
Mm-hmm. This is also
Whoops.
one of the what was it? The UK episodes that.
Yeah, that's right.
This and the next episode and the finale. To be honest with you.
Oh yeah, that's right. They got
This
Well-
episode didn't air in the UK because of the reference of cider.
Mm-hmm. Well, it got. The order.
What?
Yes.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on.
Did you
Wait,
not know that?
Okay, let me.
Cider is instantly seen as
An alcoholic beverage.
Yeah.
So no, the order of the episodes got switched because
Real quick.
mention of cider. They switched it with the finale. Then it was where
That's
the apple lies,
Texas
and then
gay.
Hold on, real quick.
that is really
Nice
Texas
callback.
gay.
Real quick. The episode's writers are David Rapp and Megan McCarthy.
Megan McCarthy wrote this one also.
She co-wrote it, yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, it's just because I haven't seen her name as written by in such a long time.
It does feel like a while.
Yeah.
So we got the writers. I mean, I like Dave Rapp and I love Megan
Mhm.
McCarthy, so it's not like I don't think it's any problem with the
Oh, yeah.
writers. It's just I don't know. This episode, I like the moral,
Mm-hmm.
like the whole you got to make mistakes to improve, which is totally true. It's just I don't know. It's just compared to the episode before it, PPOV, and the one after it, Top Bolt. I guess it's just one of the I think that might be my problem with the episode is I just think it's kind of boring.
Mm-hmm. It's just really, it doesn't really stand out as
Like-
far as a really good episode. It's there.
Well, when I watch these episodes for the first time, usually I'm laughing a bunch, I'm engaged and I'm watching. This one I was just kind of laid back okay. And I think that's it. I wasn't as into this one as I was with other ones.
Mm-hmm.
Which, okay, I mean, it's still, I
Mhm.
still find enjoyment. It's just nowhere near as much.
Mm-hmm.
I do like flashback episodes.
Oh yeah,
Those are always fun.
those are good.
It is great to see Big Mac get super articulate.
By the way, we have to excuse me. You have to mention, of course, whenever AJ is around, and specifically anything to do with time and anything like that. Her parents.
I was waiting
so
for that. I was waiting for my
let's dive
opinion
into this
to
a little
touch on
bit.
that.
So, according to, I guess, the writers of MLP,
It was done. I think I know where you're going with this. It was a break on EQD.
But who gave it the official statement that during that time AJ's parents were on vacation?
I will look
In
it up.
Pony Hell.
In Pony Hell, which is Tartarus.
I'm thinking Big Jim might have said that, but then again, it's just mostly whenever a question he's answering as far as canonical terms. Big Jim is always the first one to give a clear answer on it. Then again, I don't know, but I'm guessing that's the answer. But as far as I'm concerned and everything like that, I do not believe they're on vacation. I'm sorry, but I mean that's just one thing I think everybody in the fandom accepts is that they're dead.
Well, for starters, you're correct on it being Jim.
Ah, okay.
So here's the Equestrian Daily article about it on October 19th, 2016. Headline is Applejack's parents were on vacation during Where the Apple Lies. An unborn apple balloon tipped off the need to message Big Jim about what the status of the Apple family parents. He went ahead and confirmed that they were indeed just on vacation and would be back
6 feet under.
and would be back to pop Apple Bloom out before their inevitable disappearance we see during our exact timeline.
Mm-hmm.
And before that, they have
Go on,
Too easy.
continue.
Go on.
it is too easy.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyways, they just have a bunch of screenshots of the conversation Jim Miller had with the person, and
Can we all at least agree? J-Thor, you and I will eventually get to say what we feel about the episode, but I'm going to go ahead and interject here. Can we all at least agree how much of a cop-out that is?
how
I'm
much...
going to be honest, like, I saw
wait, specifically
somebody, hold on, somebody sent me the synopsis, because, again, unlike you guys, I don't follow the show religiously. I'll wait for it to pop up on Netflix, or
I
I'll
can
wait
see where you're
for,
going with this.
for you guys to tell me, yo, hey, catch up. I'll be like, okay, that is the biggest cop-out. Like, that is the one thing I was looking forward to.
Seeing
was
the parents.
Oh,
That
I
is
see what it
the
is.
hugest cop-out.
Yeah, that was. I think the synopsis.
Well,
was
hold
very
on. They're
vague.
there. They're like Ghost Dad. They just can't be seeing light.
Yeah, see what I'm saying? But,
But not being
Be
seen
that
in
as
line
it-
is not
yeah.
the same as going on vacation.
Yeah.
if that would have been better if they at least addressed, like, no, they're not around anymore. But they said an unborn
Or at least
apple bloom. like,
address where they are when they went back in time.
no, here's the thing. Does anybody, Clayton, you're the wizard, pull up the synopsis that they released for that?
Oh,
Pull
Alright.
up the teaser synopsis that they had going for that.
yeah.
Because when somebody sent me that saying, hey, look at this.
It's very
And then
vague.
somebody sent me something, it might have been Trixie. I don't know who it was Bucky. But somebody sent me another one saying, oh, yeah, they're not in the episode. I'm like, are you expletive deleted kidding me?
But
You know what I mean?
yeah, it's
I got the synopsis.
they tend
What
to be
does it
very
say?
vague.
When Apple Bloom tells a white lie to cover up a mistake, Applejack shares the story of how she came to value honesty after telling a series of lies that almost destroyed the farm and landed the whole Apple family in the hospital.
The whole Apple family.
I get
Usually, when you say family, the prominent figures are the mother and father.
And you know what? I'm willing to wager I wasn't the only one who thought that.
That's what I was going to get at, is that's probably why those that dislike this episode,
Dislike it so much?
or at least had that big problem with it, because honestly, like, I agree with Cam on that. It is a massive cop-out. I think it's like, I saw the articles, like, they're on vacation. That's dumb.
That's super lame. Yeah, it's...
Yeah.
No, it's dumb, but you know what, though? The reason why I don't equate it into just my enjoyment of this is because we didn't know that article, the EQD article where they talk about that, did not come out until a few days after this episode aired. So I had already seen it, and I had already established my opinions of, it's...
See, I was given a heads up about that way early, just like the Dungeon and Discord one.
Yeah, no, I get
You know what I mean? And I was just like, oh, dude, this season is crossing some ground. You know, we're making some progress here, and no, that's just a huge, ridiculous cop out.
I think it is too. I mean,
Yeah.
I
They
wouldn't-
might, to be honest with you, and I'm gonna try to play devil's advocate here. They might be
What,
saving
saving
that-
it for another episode?
no,
yeah.
they might save it for season 7.
I highly doubt it because I think one of the reasons why they didn't do it is because they didn't really have the funding to create new show models. Even
But
though they
they
could
had
easily
new show models.
they could have easily just recolored. They've done it several times.
I don't know. I mean, I'm with Cam. I thought it was probably that's just why I wouldn't call this episode a dud, but
And also the other thing is Hasbro might not want that in circulation because they're canonically dead. We all know this to be true.
they like I
But the
can't
thing
remember
is-
who said it, but it has already been said in an interview. They are not with us anymore.
Exactly.
And only-
Hasbro could, like, Megan McCarthy could be like, hey, we like to write them into this. And Hasbro could have said, no, we really don't want that kind of image of little girls buying a toy or something like that that has death in any way associated with it.
Little kids buy Batman all the time, but yeah, I see your point.
But also, this is about little girls.
Well,
I
no,
know.
like, can we please, like, this, see, for me,
But-
this is nothing but a missed opportunity as far as writing goes.
Mm.
Nobody had to confirm they were dead. You know, they could have handled the show by having them in flashbacks,
Yeah, they
and
just
then
got sent to the dungeon.
dropping hints that they had died.
Well,
Yeah.
and it seemed like such a massive tease coming into this is like, well, hold on, we're gonna get an Applejack flashback episode.
With
Does
an
that-
unborn Applebloom.
Does that mean, oh my God, are we actually gonna see the parents? No.
You know what? That's the one thing. That's what anybody that hears. Hey, it's a flashback episode with, you know, AJ.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you want. And regardless of however long you think the show is going to last, we're in the later half of however long it's going to last.
Yeah.
If it lasts-
And they're more than capable of telling what they want to say without actually saying it.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
exactly. And
They had that, and the first thing that pops into my mind with that is, Tanks for the Memories. How they addressed that.
And I thought they addressed tanks
I
very
thought,
well.
okay, and that's a clear example of how they can, address something cleverly, and just maybe like an allegory.
what are we referring to?
Tanks for the Memories was when,
Tank
The
goes
passing
into
of a
hibernation.
loved one.
yeah,
That's the allegory they're talking about.
yeah.
Gotcha.
And, to me, that's significant because it could show that even if it's a kid's show,
It can still be handled maturely.
it could be written, and handled maturely.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. It just like again, it's hard for me to incorporate to kind of include the whole they're just on vacation thing.
Oh my God! I figured out how they died. They got the apple blight.
I have the references. The apple blight. The apple blight stuff in this was pretty funny.
Oh, yeah.
But I guess that I can't incorporate this into my overall view of just how it was just an episode to me is because I didn't know about that. Nobody knew about that until several days after
What are
the
you talking
episode.
about?
The whole they're on vacation.
Oh, got you.
Yeah. Oh, they're just on vacation. I agree.
No,
I
but
totally agree.
People knew way before that episode aired that it was going to be a flashback.
Oh, I know. But
You know what I mean?
and during that episode, I'm sure a lot of people were asking, "Well, where are they? Where are they?" And they're not getting an answer.
They're not. You see, and the thing that really bugs me about it is how out of the way they went to avoid talking about that. There's no mention to it, like mom and dad are on vacation. There's nothing.
No
talking
mention
about
of it in the episode.
And they had to have known, that it.
An elephant in the room.
No,
is-
yeah,
is-
exactly. Thank you. That's the perfect. Because I was about to swear. I was about to spice in this conversation up. They had to have known that was the elephant in the room.
Oh, yeah, I think they're
big
self-aware of it.
thing.
They're self-aware of that
And they
fact.
just completely ignore it.
It does kind of give off the vibe of an episode where originally they had probably written up numerous references to it, but it got cut out after editing.
Also, the other thing is the comic writers could probably have specifically asked, "Hey, can we handle this?"
Maybe.
They could have.
Because the comic writers are not allowed to touch what's already in the chamber of the barrel for the actual story for the episodes.
I mean that.
So because they, no matter what people say, the comics are canon.
Until Hasbro steps in and says, no, this thing is not.
Yeah, that's how I...
Isn't that a kind of pseudo-canon?
Yes, that's
Okay.
what
Yes.
that's what's referred to.
I don't
Okay.
think so far the comics have covered AJ's parents.
They haven't. As far as I know,
So-
they have not.
I mean, heck, they talked about technically killing the original princess of the Crystal Empire and shattering her into...
Chris was
millions
killed some
of
critters in front of people.
Yeah.
In the CMC.
Like,
Those things are
there
dead.
is some actual death in the comics.
Oh yeah, I don't disagree with that.
So I mean so basically what you're saying is this presents the possible theory that maybe they're saving that for the comics, which is okay, that's That
Maybe,
makes
but
me
I
feel-
highly doubt it's
No.
ever
I'll
going
say-
to be
It
brought
makes me
up.
You don't think it's
I-
actually going to be addressed?
I
ever?
disagree.
No.
I kind of disagree with that.
well, okay, it's already like they have to their credit, they have dropped one. I can think of one hint that they did
The
drop.
stars.
The stars.
No, Crusaders of the Lost Mark. When
That's
when
a big
AJ
one.
says if Mom and Dad were here, they'd be so proud of you.
Yeah, they're
So it's not like they're completely ignoring it throughout. They have like okay, yeah, the stars, but that's my go-to is, I mean, straight pun intended, straight from the horse's mouth. So
again, but the only reason I bring it up is because that brings back to the episode itself. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, you can rationalize this however you want. That doesn't stop the fact that it makes for some people, me included, that makes the episode suck harder. Maybe not suck completely, but it definitely weakens the episode.
oh, I agree. I totally agree. It's like with this, I'm defending the rest of the series as a whole, but not so much this episode.
Yeah.
That's
And,
what I'm getting at.
You know, from here, it's all about how they want to handle it. Like, you know, ideally, you're just running out of time. You're
Yeah.
taking too long to address these things because
Yeah.
people are going to want to see. That's backstory. There was no reason to not have them in it.
Yeah.
That's just the long and short of it. Because then you would have gotten to see a cool relationship, how they handled it with the kids. That way, if you ever got to see them actually pass away or see an episode where they dealt with that, it hits that much harder.
It does.
You
And
care about ones that have shown up already, not just being told. Show me, don't tell.
I get that, and you know it's interesting because like I would have been a lot more forgiving in this episode if there was just like one instance while Applejack is going on this whole lying, this giant string of lies and everything. If like I would have loved for a scene where like Applejack and Big Mac are kind of just in that panic mode of what are we gonna do, and they would have said something like, oh, Pa's gonna kick our flanks or something like that. Just express like, oh,
Yeah,
they're gonna
some
be
kind
mad.
of worry about their parents. Or Granny Smith could have said, hey, by the way, you're not in line, your mom and pa are.
Or
You
you
know
know
what
what?
I
I
mean?
would have
They're
loved.
skipping a generation on who gets to inherit the farm.
Not even that. Not even that. Is like you want to. It's like I would have loved this if Granny Smith could have used that as like a threat, kind of like how parents will. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
I'll
call
tell
your
your
parents.
mom and dad.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That would have been great.
But see, but that actually adds in another problem. See, not having them addressed in the episode at all brings up a big problem because Apple Bloom's not there.
Yeah.
And they're acting like they're already dead, saying that one of us is going to get to take over.
Mhm.
You're skipping the generation, guys.
They don't want to address it yet. They're acting like it already.
Yeah, they don't want to address it, but Apple Bloom's not there.
No, but they're already acting like it happened.
Exactly.
I feel like the
Continuity errors.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's how it feels.
yeah the
you know what I mean?
continuity gets a little jumbled at that point because I mean you know what that tells me, and I hate saying this, but it tells me that the whole they were on vacation thing that was thought up well after this episode was done.
Yeah, that's how it felt.
Yeah, because there's that thing of like
I feel like they needed an alibi. Just
Pretty much.
it is an alibi
it's an
because
alibi.
because that scene at the end when it was like because we all really know who runs Sweet Apple Acres, Granny Smith, and that would have been a perfect time. It was like, well, not quite yet, or something like that.
Yep.
So yeah, it is a hiccup in continuity. I can't argue that. But
Even something like, you know what Dad always says, ideas don't plow fields.
yeah,
That could have been a monster character development point
it would.
for Big Mac and their dad, that he gets that strict mindset from his old man.
Or hell, whenever he's talking about talking with cousin Brayburn.
Or Mom, since the women wear the pants in this series.
But could have said, oh yeah, Ma or Pa went over to
With
wherever
Brayburn?
Brayburn
Yeah,
is.
yeah. Yeah, see, there's by not addressing it, not only does that weaken the show, it gives up great character-defining moments. That one little sentence, like I said, could have spoke volumes for one of the parents. That could have been either of the parents' mottos that he really just took to heart.
It just gives off the vibe of like they did everything they could and went out of their way to not mention them.
And speaking of continuity error, that brings up my other issue. This is why I don't like the episode mainly.
You know what? That's the thing is like we had not asked that. It was like obviously you've got problems, but at the end of it all, because when you were watching it earlier, you did seem to enjoy parts of it.
I laughed, but it's because I was expecting to hear something from it.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But no, even then, it's all in the delivery. You can. Amethyst makes me laugh in Steven Universe. I don't consider, the episodes where she does good episodes necessarily. You know what I mean? Same principle here. You can find enjoyment in anything. But if you want to talk about continuity errors, dude, when Applejack got the coin from Silvershell, Apple Bloom was there when she lied.
Mm-hmm.
She bore witness to numerous times when AJ has lied.
I'm about to say this whole story.
So why is she like? I thought you never lied. You never told a lie. You lied. Did season 4 not happen, guys?
Well, it's not even. Well, I mean, there's that, but also it's just the idea of, to me, at least to me, like the vibe I get off of it is, to me, it gives off the vibe of this is an episode that's trying to paint the idea that that's the only time in her life Applejack lied, which. No, that's not true at all.
Well, hell, Flim and Flam are also like, you never lied.
I talked about that in the Lost Pegasus episode.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, you guys changed on a dime.
Yeah, and I mean, see, like, that's what makes it. That's what brings it down for me.
No, I get that.
And you can even go into the, like, what could have been done different. If the moral that they wanted to tell was everybody makes mistakes and you grow from it, you know what character never effing loses that I constantly complain about? Rainbow Dash. How about we see one where she loses for once and how she has to learn and grow? Why have to be AJ? Alright, cool. AJ, flashback episode. No parents? You had one job, guys. You know what I mean? That was a great lesson. You're right. That was a great lesson. The moral wasn't that, lying is bad. It was you make mistakes and learn from it.
Mm-hmm.
Why did it have to be there? It could have been Scootaloo and Dash. You know what I'm saying? It's like, wow, you're so, she could be... We could touch back on her not being able to fly. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We could have seen some background on another character that is just as vague as the others.
Like Scootaloo's parents.
Well, my counter to that...
Real quick, I'm trying to think. Dash is the only one who we don't know about her family.
We've seen her dad.
We've seen her father.
Actually, it was confirmed that's not him.
Oh, really?
Okay.
Yeah, I heard... I know...
You told me that.
Yes.
You're the one that told me that.
I don't know who that guy is supposed to be, and there's still the headcanon floating around that Dash is the spawn of Firefly, which personally I think would be kind of cool. But,
she's literally Mary Sue then.
Well, we know that's not true, but...
How is it not? She's a character that succeeds at everything she does and never has to pay a real price. She never learns.
That's Newbie Dash. She
never actually fails and has to...
She gets her ass handed to her in Newbie Dash. She gets punished. That's one of the things Newbie Dash did that I really, really liked, was the fact that, I know everybody talks about how they don't like the scene where she's impersonating her friends because she's making an ass of herself. But
okay, see, that's a different example, though, because at the end
that's not what I'm getting at.
Hold on, but at the end of it, they ruin it by everybody praising, no, we already know you're awesome. We already know you're great. You saved the world. This. And it's the same thing with the Twilight. Why, with Twilight and Discord, why can't she just be wrong?
Oh, yeah.
Why do you have to build them right back, placate them?
What about Discord?
Yeah, exactly. Why can't she just be in the wrong? And that's how it ends. Why do they have to be built way the heck back up? Because I think that Newbie Dash is an even worse example of that than What About Discord.
Mm-hmm.
I still disagree on that because of the way that the thing Newbie Dash did that I really, really liked in it was the fact that she gets punished in the end. She gets punished and she takes it on the chin. Like, they make her clean up. She says that she's on probation for a month because of this. Like, she gets, in a sense, she gets grounded. And she's like, okay, you know what?
She didn't say probation, she just said they had to clean it.
No, I remember Spitfire saying,
they do say probation.
You're on probation for a month. And she's like, yes, ma'am. So that's why I like Newbie Dash, because she gets punished. She screws up. She makes an ass of herself with the whole, hey, Scootaloo, help me look awesome. It ends up backfiring on her, and then she gets punished. That's why I like Newbie Dash.
Yeah, I'll receive that then. I'll receive that because the probation thing, obviously, like slipped past me because that makes a big difference. I'll receive that, but that's just a recurring thing. It's like the lessons don't really stick, and we quite literally already went over that basic premise before. I feel like by not having the parents there, it's really just wasted opportunity. And I can't stand seeing that because, it's been 6 frickin' seasons and we still don't know so many questions.
I know. Well, see, again,
simplistic questions.
Like I can see that about this episode. I can see that about the What About Discord, but that's why Newbie Dash I do use as a great example of why I'm not fully on board the whole Rainbow Dash never loses and never suffers consequence. But again, that's, we've already talked about that. I'm just saying, as far as this goes with Where the Apple Lies, this one's really hard to defend.
Yeah, great missed opportunity. Example,
it could have been something better than what it was.
Yeah, and that it goes in with the whole filler episode idea. Do we really need another episode about Rarity and Pinky going to help a restaurant? Why can't we have some actual backstory episodes? Why can't we actually have some stuff that really build the worlds, like when they went to the Griffin Kingdom? You know what I mean?
See, I can't.
Do we need another?
That was the thing. This whole season about exploring Equestria.
No, I know.
They barely went anywhere.
Yeah.
But we can talk about that for the season finale and all that.
In regards to that, though, I greatly enjoyed Spice Up Your Life, and that is one
I like the song.
That is one I will defend. But this one, it's harder to, because, I mean, you've got my, well, I honestly think it's a shallow reason for saying it's not very good. It's just because it's boring. But there are some things that this
episode... At the end of the day, it's about entertainment.
I know.
Saying it's boring is just as valid as me saying it's a missed opportunity.
And it is a missed opportunity, but, I mean, I don't want to also... It's obvious we don't really think this was, this was more missed than it was hit.
You mentioned, that's a perfect example. The Spice Up Your Life is a good example of a episode, in my opinion, getting the buy because it's entertaining. That episode you could just remove, and it would affect nothing in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah, no, that you get He Who Must Not Be Named in it.
It's quite literally
Voldemort.
I know.
Oh, dang it.
It's the definition of a filler. You know what I mean?
I'm not entirely on board with that, though. That, if we're... I mean, obviously we need to save this for Spice Up Your Life, but...
I'm just saying, but, it gets a buy on that just because of how well executed it was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because, let's face it, the cutie map was actually just a great way for them to do filler.
Dude, that was a great way for them to sell more stuff.
But yeah, also do filler, because Griffin's Zone was still filler, but we still learned stuff.
Yeah.
Backworld stuff.
Okay, that's the thing, though, is, I'll go ahead and, I'll go on record in saying this. So far, to this point, I have enjoyed every map episode that we've had.
I'm not saying anything bad about it, Clayton.
Okay.
I'm not saying anything bad at all. I'm just saying that's what the map episodes are designed to do. Is they're just basically fuel for filler. There's nothing wrong with filler, unless you're Bleach or Naruto. But anyways.
Unless you're an anime.
Oh,
yeah.
God.
But, there haven't been really any filler episodes I disliked, other than the Zephyr one, but we'll talk about that one day.
But at least you learned about her family.
Yeah,
you know
that's
what
true.
I mean?
Yeah.
I just got Trixie's thoughts on it. He's chiming in now. So,
that's a huge jerk move, but I want to be like, who frickin' cares about Fluttershy's family? Can we please, know something about...
Well, no one cares
who?
about...
Yeah.
No one cares about Yellow Horse, so...
Oh, that one.
Yeah. The useless one.
please, keep milking that more.
Well, it's true, isn't it?
No.
Oh, you're...
I'd like for you to prove me wrong.
I respectfully disagree with that, but I'll let you...
Tibor, you realize that...
No, that I'm not, just saying that just for giggles. I don't actually like Fluttershy.
Yeah, he's the one who's been spearheading this whole Fluttershy is useless, I can't stand her. Yet it turns out you were just joking.
No, I actually really...
I still think she's a useless character, but I still like her more than Pinkie Pie.
See, this is all stuff that's brand new to me.
One day we'll go into my list of my favorite of the main
What
six.
did Elon say?
Who? Oh,
Quote
the
for
yellow
quote.
one.
So I asked him, how do you feel about Where the Apple Lies? These are his words, and I quote, "The episode is very cute. Love to see not only Applejack acting differently than we know her, but Big Mac as well. Also, spoiled milk. Her name is great." Which it is. I cannot agree with that any harder of the whole spoiled milk
That's
thing.
kind of like, if you think about that, that's kind of demeaning to be born and named spoiled milk.
Well,
yeah,
you're-
which, by the way, that's the first time I've actually heard a pony's name that does not correlate with their cutie mark.
Yeah,
At all.
her
like,
cutie
the
mark-
spoiled part with the diamond ring and all that makes sense, but the milk part just like...
because
what?
it's a diamond ring. What it?
It's just an opportunity to make a joke, which
And
was
also
a
that
clever
proves
joke.
that
but-
in My Little Pony that like if you have two names, the second one is like your surname and all that.
Dude,
I think it's all across the board. I
that,
think there's no real hard and fast way to figure it out.
See, now you're getting, like, the philosophical side of me. Now I'm, like, trying to break down the milk in relation to the character. And
Here's my
no,
response.
I've already got my theories, but I'll just keep them to myself.
Good luck with that. That's all I'm saying. Because
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't think they really have any hard or fast way to address that.
I don't think they've even put a lot of thought into
That's why I'm not saying anything.
Yeah.
It's like, whatever theory I can come up with is giving
Like,
them too much credit,
I do
I
not-
think, in
yeah.
my opinion.
You would have.
I'm with you guys. I think it was a name that was done for
You would
the
have
sake
brought.
of a joke.
Yeah, you would have brought a lot more.
Which
thought
I
into it
like.
than the writers.
Which I like, but if we're trying to go with legal names and whatnot, you're going to be here all night.
Yeah, but I do have to say I did like Spoil Rich in this episode.
Oh,
Yeah, I
Not
like
Spoil
Spoil
Rich.
Oh, Filthy.
Filthy Rich.
Filthy
Yeah,
Rich,
that
yeah.
one.
I've always liked him though. Like even going back to the days of season 2 and 1, I've always liked Filthy.
Oh yeah. You would like Filthy. Anyways. But especially seeing him kowtow to Grace Smith when he's like, "I'll tell your grandpappy." He's like, "Yes, ma'am."
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, please don't crack the whip. It's funny that shows just how much influence Granny Smith alone has, which I like that.
Yeah.
Which so far she's the only original founder of Ponyville alive that we've seen.
Yeah.
I'm not even.
Did I say Ponyville alive?
Yes, you did.
Yes, you actually.
I was
did.
like-
Anyways, yeah.
Ponyville.
Ponyville alive as well.
Sure.
You can poke some major holes in that, but
Sorry, real quick. I asked Trixie, are there any cons to it? His response, it was kind of boring for the most part. It was funny, but not nearly as funny as the other episodes this season. So there you
Yeah,
go.
for most people this would be their weakest. Still the weakest one for me is Zephyr.
Is this season or?
No,
What?
Zephyr was this season.
Okay.
Flutter Brother
That
was like
shows you
10.
how little
11,
I know of that,
11.
or kind of not memorable it is, that episode, because I don't even know. I kind of feel like this is lumped in with Zephyr's episode.
For those that don't know what Clayton was saying, 38 minutes. I felt they should be in the know.
Yeah.
It's not like we haven't said it before.
well, I'm gonna go ahead. I think this is the great time to segue into like
The
the
topic?
main topic.
Yes.
Well,
Change
just real quick.
gears
Yep.
So,
into that.
okay,
just
well,
real
overall thoughts of the episode, just to wrap it up as a conclusion. It was okay.
I still enjoyed it. I've seen many episodes like it. It was not the worst I've seen. And not only that, Philly Applejack really stole the show for me. So,
It's
and
news.
plus, you guys see the Shining twins there.
Yeah, we didn't
Derpy.
notice.
The Shining Twins.
Yeah,
reference is
Derpy,
great.
how she got her derpy eyes, or at least assumed.
I like the
yeah.
I like the unicorn with the bandaged horn.
Yeah.
Or the
The
pony with the boots.
red ass.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, this isn't the first time we've seen him. That's the funny thing.
But did we see him with
Leap of Faith.
a red butt before?
Yeah,
Oh really?
I'll show you later.
Okay.
It's in season 4.
What are your thoughts? Tim?
It was
Your
pretty
closing
average.
thought.
It was pretty average. I mean, I wouldn't say it's the best of the best, but I wouldn't say it's like the very worst.
Just like that one background horse.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
her.
We'll kill him. We'll kill him twice.
But again, it was.
Okay.
Yeah.
In my turn.
Yeah. Well, you can segue into a topic.
Yeah,
It
you
doesn't
know,
really say
that's
his
perfect
idea.
because it is the best segue I can think of. To be honest, I'm really kind of burnt out on the show retreading the same ground? I'm burnt out on the show in a lot of means, and so I'm holding it to a kind of continual standard that I have for other shows, where if it's not constantly trying to better itself, I lose interest even further, you know?
Yeah.
And this was another example of an episode where, in my honest opinion, it lost ground with me.
Okay,
And
so then
that segues into, like, the topic that we were going to discuss.
is
Holy crap.
Yeah, I blanked too, so.
Whoa,
Okay,
major brain fart.
can I take over?
That's
Wow.
your
So I was
topic.
headed
Oh,
to the
yeah.
Mets and the
Oh,
rescue.
right. And this segues into the topic.
It's alright, Tim.
It
I knew you
started-
were here. We need it.
Yeah, I know you. Thank
Yeah,
you, buddy.
come on.
I wanted to ask my good buddy Clayton here, because he's rather critical of the new South Park season.
Right.
Seasons, we should really say.
Actually, yeah.
It's been a downhill slope.
I'd
the
say
last
so.
3 or so, right?
Yeah, I think.
Well,
3
actually, you know what? No, I might have to take back a bit of what I. 4.
Season 16's when it started.
Oh, where they did arc seasons.
We've had 2 seasons of arcs so
Yeah, we've
far.
had 2 seasons of dedicated.
Are you
arcs.
sure?
Yes, I can
Absolutely.
guarantee.
Oh,
Very
okay.
sure.
Okay.
No,
So
no,
we're
I,
at season 20 right now, South Park.
Yes,
Yes,
it
it was
starts
not- yeah,
season
16.
20.
I know, you know, because I remember where the arcs started, and it was like that was because I remember at the time I was like, huh, they're going with season-long arcs and stuff like that.
Are you sure it wasn't 17?
Yes, yeah, I can
and all
confirm.
that?
Cam can confirm this.
It started in season 18, so I may have to take back a little bit of what I said on that. Is the seasons as a whole are okay. It's just that, like, my main beef with it is they've been building up to just really, to me, and we're talking about South Park here, not MLP for this. They've been just, to me, like, the last 2 have just been really flat finales. Just-
Well, and that goes in with what we were talking about.
well, that's why we're bringing it
You're
up.
more critical of South Park than you are MLP, and I was wondering, like, where is the divide? And that was kind of the generalized topic here: is where does the divide for one show begin with another?
I think you have to look at with South Park again. This is season 20.
Yeah.
This started back in 1996, and I know
Yeah,
it's
My sister
when I
wasn't
say
even born
when I
yet.
say that I was 2 years old
You have
when
a
South Park
sister?
started.
At 3, jackass. But-
Jesus, I'm 4 years older than you.
I know, man.
He's the youngest one here.
I'm 22. Recently turned 22.
Man, you.
He's a baby.
But,
No, it's just
We've-
like people would assume you're older than me.
Oh,
You know
yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah. But we've gone like a long way with South Park, and I would think personally since season 6 is when they got their, they knew
Like what?
what
Their
they
formula.
like what they can do best, and they did it well.
Season
Or maybe-
6 was very good for stuff.
Yeah, it was like I wouldn't even go season 5, but season 6 where it was very prominent, where it was like, okay, we know what we can do best, and we're gonna do it
They
all
hated those.
100%. Like we go 110% every single episode.
They hated what?
They hated those. Matt and Trey hated those.
Episodes?
I'm sorry. Seasons. I said first 3, but I really meant seasons 2, 3, and 4.
Oh
They
yeah.
hated making those.
Which is funny because, while I do agree with that, my possible, I don't know yet, but my possible favorite South Park episode is season 3. The Chinpokomon one.
Oh
That was
yeah.
so
Such
funny.
a good episode.
That was a
See,
good
there you go.
episode, man.
There you go.
But I was gonna say that we've known these guys, Trey Parker and Matt Stone, and
This
you
is
know,
way more than just a reference. We're bringing South Park into the discussion.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
kind of- it's kind of
it was
funny.
bound to happen. But we've known how they
We
operate.
have in
and,
fact reached its final form. at
Yeah.
this point.
with how they, how they go with episodes and everything like that.
Uh-huh.
And we've known them for like how they work for many years. And I think until just recently, what we said, like season 18 was where they wanted to try the arc formula.
Which to this day, I will say, I'm very happy that they tried it. That the
I-
fact they at
oh,
least
yeah.
attempted it.
I'm in the same ballpark.
I would have said, look, if they tried it and they said, look, I don't think we're doing well, we want to go back to like more slice of life episodes, which they're known for doing well. And, just personally for me, the way they used to do it, which I liked, was they had a topic or an event, a major event, and built that around the slice of life episode.
And now,
And then going to the next episode, no continuity with it,
If there is, it's slight, very
very slim, but it doesn't matter because it's not gonna matter, in the long run.
Mm-hmm.
And they go to another, big event that happened, whether it's politically, socially, all around the world.
Okay, well I agree with that.
And with season, starting with season 18, they've, said, hey, let's have one big continuous story, but throughout the season, but still throw in like a lot of, major events into each and every episode.
Just to clarify, I know Jay Thor over here hasn't, but you both have seen this season's premiere of South Park at least, right?
Yes, I have.
Oh yeah.
Didn't you give off the vibe right out of the gate? Wow, they crammed a lot of stuff into this one episode. And I think that's where one of my things is, the problem is, you're trying to have this linear story, yet so much is going on with it.
Real quick, we're getting into like South Park analysis. Let's go back to why we hold South Park to a different standard than MLP. Because what's prompted this was you can easily, and it's not something that you can honestly argue, you can mark the shows, both shows, objectively or subjectively getting better, MLP and South Park getting better with time, but you can also make the argument that both are getting worse over time.
Oh, yeah.
So where does that divide stand?
Mm-hmm.
Like, why do you come in weighing one show differently and another show with a different set of standards? Like, I was telling, Jay Thor over there, I love Star versus the Forces of Evil. It's one of my favorite shows.
I love that show.
Season 2 was, for a while, it was just bad. It's just bad because it felt like this was content for Season 1.
All the filler episodes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
I've still only seen like 3 episodes.
Yeah, the first 8 episodes are like, oh, filler. And now, just with this recent one, I don't know if you've seen it, it gets real again. It gets good.
Oh, it's going
starting
back
to get
really good?
it's starting to get good again. But my point is, I'm holding it to the same standard I do every other show.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I'm not making exemptions here and there. And that's why I've always been like, yeah, like, MLP's a good show, but like, whoa, you know what I mean? There's some parts that, Hasbro has messed with that prevent it from reaching its potential, and then there's stuff like where they just hiccup. And so I'm wondering, like, where that divide is for you guys.
Well, I think there's like, it's difficult to subscribe to one specific way that you have to look at everything the same way, because every show is different. You got to consider things like this and that differently with it, which is what we do. Like for me, I compare and contrast South Park to MLP, which are 2 of my favorite shows. One of the things I compare South Park to MLP on is how MLP doesn't use adult humor, language, or anything like that, yet it will get me laughing just as hard, if not harder. And that's one of the things that drew me to MLP in the first place, is I've always found that so impressive, that the humor, as far as I know, in MLP is like 99% clean, yet it's just as humorous, at least to me. But as far as like other elements, because I know that the humor isn't what you're looking for in this.
No, that's the same thing. What makes you laugh is what makes you laugh.
Yeah.
If you have a custom tailored, because I know people that can't watch cartoons. One of my good friends that I worked out with, Ninja at Obstacle Warriors in Dallas, she doesn't like cartoons.
In general.
Yeah, in general, because like she doesn't really find entertainment out of them. And I'm like, that's cool, but for those of us that do have a wide-reaching thing, for me personally, they're all on the same tier. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
What's good writing in one show is typically good writing in another show.
Oh yeah. I have to think of how many writers does South Park have? Do they have like a huge
Isn't it
collection?
No, it's like
Trey
4 or 5 people.
I thought it was like,
and have they been through since the beginning, or maybe not all the way to the beginning?
I think it was always like Trey and Matt, and they'd bring on like guest writers. Because I know Dave Polsky's been on there.
Bill Hader.
Huh?
Bill Hader.
That's right.
Bill Hader.
Bill Hader's done it. Dave Polsky's done it.
Yeah. Who's done both South Park and MLP.
That's why I brought him up.
Oh yeah, I always find that quite amusing. But I would think that
He's
because
only done a handful though.
With MLP, especially I think with this season, and you might even include season 5 if you want to, but the reason why we had a lot of new writers that we haven't seen before.
Not so much in season 5.
More, I think, a little bit in season 5, but a lot more in season 6.
Well, because in season 5, we still had a lot of the players that, like, you know, the fandom.
We had Larson. We had
Amy Keaton Rogers.
Yeah.
They brought on like 1 or 2, like, you know, I think. Did Nick?
Confalone.
Did he come on in this season or last season?
I want to say this season, but I'm not really sure.
I know, because I remember the season 5 episode, Castle Sweet Castle, introduced the sisters, the two new writers, and you know that was the only time I can really think of.
That has "Make My Castle Home," right?
Yes.
That's Chuck's favorite song. Just a little bit of trivia.
Ooh,
really?
Cool.
Yeah.
It's a good song.
But I would think that the reason is that you know, you have so many new writers now because the main people that, you know, we all know can really write good episodes, their focus is more towards the movie that's coming out next year.
Well, there's no question, like,
No,
comparing...
they already have a main writer for that movie.
Well...
And none of the other writers are...
No.
Okay. It's just him?
If I remember correctly, it's just one writer for the movie.
Okay.
Interesting.
Okay.
But see, that's...
There's one announced, last I checked.
True. But, I mean, that's the thing is, like... I mean, that was obvious from the word go, is, like, Season 5 still had, you know, the team and everything. And Season 6 still has members of said team, but there's a lot of new people now.
Yeah. Where in South Park, you know, that's why I brought it up, is because they've had the same 5 people. They still had the main core of the writers there.
Mm-hmm.
And they tried out with this idea, and it might not have been that good as the other seasons, and they're still trying. So, with new writers, you can understand where, you know, they haven't been with the show long enough, you know, to see through each season.
I feel like you're getting onto a topic that we're going to cover in something else. We're just
Yeah.
talking about holding the standard. Like,
standards.
where does the
I
standard...
say, don't go too far out.
Okay.
Yeah, you're getting really into the writer thing, and
Which is
that's
good.
another
Okay,
topic
okay.
that we're going to get
Yeah,
into.
that was one of the big, you know, key points.
My thing is, like, where does your divide for your standard for one thing,
Okay.
where does it begin and end, and would you call that fair necessarily?
That's tough.
Yeah, I personally...
That's the point of me asking this.
No, I get that. It's just that, like...
It's hard for, you know, when you get, you know, into a show for different reasons. I think that kind of plays a big part into it if you want to get more critical.
Ooh, that's really good.
Say it again.
Say
it again.
I feel like people who... It depends on how you get into the show, and that's how it correlates to how much critical you are to it.
How you get into it, huh?
How you get into it correlates with how you...
Critical you are.
How you're how you analyze the show, and what you gain out of it, and how they can critique.
Bouncing off of that, I think you can add to, as a matter of how you got into it, sure, but also on top of that, why you're still here.
Maybe, but...
Oh yeah, you can totally see that. You can feel obligation to something.
Yeah, you can feel... Yeah. That can also be...
I was
also
obligated to finish Bleach out. You
I
know,
wasn't.
like-
Hey, hold on.
Okay.
I wasn't saying you have to be obligated to this.
Yeah,
or anything.
well,
But you
here's
can
the thing.
feel obligation.
Oh yeah,
You
because I can bring up a perfect example. For me, with Bleach, it was me with Naruto.
Same with Naruto. Yeah,
Because
both those.
I remember being in that since, I can tell you right now, middle school. I was into, you know, getting the manga. I was into Shonen Jump. That's how I first got introduced to it. And reading through it all, and I was like, wow, I love this series. It's the gateway manga. It's one of the big gateway mangas.
Yep.
So when you hit that spot, and for me it was, it's getting a lot info about Naruto, but that was right after the Pain Saga, which I thought in many respects is the same thing with DBZ after the Cell Saga.
Yep. Yeah.
Because after that, you get into this arc of, you know, Naruto with, you know, the Fourth Great Ninja War arc. The same thing with the Boo Saga arc with DBZ. It's like, it's hitting that...
It's one. They collectively say
J-Thor went to go Tink Tink.
Yeah, they say it's the Boo Saga, but it's also the Fusion Saga. It's also the like the Kid Boo Saga. It's also the Fat Boo, the Skinny Boo.
Yeah, it goes through a
There's
lot
a
of
million sagas
into one saga.
Hey, real quick, before we go too deep into stuff like DBZ, which is, I'll admit isn't something I can contribute a whole lot to, going off of the whole obligation thing.
Oh yeah.
I like, since you guys were talking, I've been thinking about that, and my personal belief is, if you feel obligated, if you still feel like you're obligated to stay a part of this, maybe you shouldn't, be in it, because it feels like something you have to do. Like, I don't defend season 6 and still enjoy the show because I feel obligated to. I genuinely still enjoy it a lot.
Oh, yeah.
But that's just something that just sticks with you. I'm a guy that likes to finish what he starts.
Oh, yeah.
And
Steven
like,
Universe.
yeah, exactly. I'm gonna follow Steven Universe, even though I'm not a crazy big fan of it. You know why? I think it sounds nuts, but I like to see things end.
Oh, yeah.
I like
Same
to see
thing.
how they started, and I like to see how they finished.
I was gonna say I was gonna finish with Naruto because when they were finally doing the big battles, I kind of was like, it's going on for so long, this arc, but I was like, okay, I can see the end of the light in the tunnel.
Yeah.
So at least I know, like, I can finish it and I can say, I have been here since the very beginning of it, and I can say I was till the last issue or page of that series.
Yeah, and for me, it can be something as simple as, I jump in the middle of it. I wasn't there for the beginning of any of that stuff.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? I always find myself, like, finding it, and the minute something catches my eye, I'm like, oh, that's cool. But, like, I'll be like, oh, that's awesome. I like Rock Lee. Oh, that's cool.
Oh, yeah,
But I'll go years without checking in with it, just so that when I do, a lot has passed and there's plenty to get caught up on.
Oh, yeah.
But for me personally, I really do. I hold every show to the same standard.
Oh, yeah.
Is that right? Or is it, on one thing, it's fair.
Mm.
But on the other hand, you've got to look at it kind of, you have to, it really depends, because you don't have to do anything.
Mm-hmm.
Because we're not really talking about this to prove a point,
Mm-hmm.
we're just getting opinions.
Oh, yeah.
I'm the kind of guy that's like, I like to look at things objectively. I like to take sentimental value out of it
Oh, yeah.
and look at it for how it is.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's one of the big things that, is a good question to ask ourselves, even not even for the show, but for other shows as well. And I still stand by it when I say it depends on how we get into it.
That's a big thing, because I hit into MLP extremely casually.
Yeah.
My ex showed it to me. She's like, "You like Weird Al, right? Yeah. Here, watch this." I'm like, "That was pretty good."
Yeah. I got
Wait,
into
the first episode you saw was Pinky Pride?
Yeah. I told you that, man. I think I'm on camera telling you that.
If you did, it was a long time ago.
Yeah.
I mean, I've told two out of the three of you guys this, but I didn't come into it with no one telling me about it. I came into it naturally. And just finding it my own way.
I'd say, what defines naturally?
Well,
like
for me,
literally, coming up on like a building.
Yeah, like
in the wild out there.
Like
he literally knew nothing about it. It's like, oh, there it is.
In the wild, like, a wild building has appeared.
And I didn't expect it. And this is one of those things where it's like,
You gotcha.
Like, I didn't expect to find it, and I wasn't expecting like anything of it to be shown to me. But I take away from it like, okay, I can respect and like this show because no one told me to look for this.
Yeah.
And I got into it naturally, meaning I went at my own pace. I went at my own time. And I, grew a love for it because it was me getting invested into it. For no one else's sake but my own.
You look like you're itching to say something, Clayton.
Well, I mean, it's just that I'm trying to relay the topic because we moved on from the episode review to the topic.
Elon's contributing?
He wants to. So, since, this is your topic and everything, word it in just a simple question so I can send it to him.
Do you hold MLP to the same standard as other shows?
Okay.
And if so, why? Regardless of what your answer is.
If so, why? If not, why not?
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of like that.
No,
but
literally you're doing it wrong. I said a picture, you're just going.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess when you go into it,
I think you nailed it, dude. I think a lot of it has to do with how you come into it.
Because
by comparison, again, because I was introduced it super casually. I'm great at saying I'm not Ronnie. I love you guys to death, but I'm not one of you.
Yeah.
Because I'm just not that into it.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You don't really identify as anything in that regard. It's like you're super into.
Yeah,
it's identifies as a martial artist.
Yeah, it's even gotten to the point where even that's hard. Like, I met a couple of new people at Obstacle Warriors, and I'm like, man, what are literally what are you? What all do you do? And I said, dude, honestly, it's gotten to the point where it's easier for you to ask me what I don't do. Do I rock climb? Yes, I rock climb. Do I do MMA? I'm an MMA fighter. I compete in Ninja Warrior competitions. I do breakdancing. I do tricking.
I watch MLP on occasion.
Yeah, I do parkour. I'll watch MLP when my buddies yell at me, or it's released on Netflix.
Oh yeah.
I draw. Everything else like that. You know, it's ask me a question. Do you smoke? No, I don't smoke.
I already
You know what I mean?
I know. I'm
Smoke
actually
the ganjas.
I'm actually
Yeah,
trying.
exactly. Yeah,
I'm
I'm
actually
not
trying
a
to-
stoner. I've never
Yeah.
smoked or drank before.
I'm actually trying to think if there's something I can ask you of what you like have not attempted to do or something.
See, man, that doesn't matter. Like,
I know it's
what-
just funny.
yeah,
Yeah.
after this, hit me up with it. But like for you guys, like that's why I'm asking the question. Is kind of like, you know, is the show on a pedestal of sorts?
Not for me.
No.
I know
judge
for
it.
your ass, it's not. I'm hard
the
that.
thing
No.
is, our audience might not necessarily know. And for me, I hold all shows. Don't you wave at me?
Sit up whenever you do.
No. I'll
Well-
do this. I'll be all sexy. Anyways, I'm on his bed, by the way.
Yeah, they did need to know that.
Yeah, they did. It helps for the story, but I hold all shows in the same regard. Everything's on the same table.
J. Thor, put your pants back on.
No,
I would say
it's much
You know,
more comfortable.
I would say two things. One, of course, I don't hold this show to a pedestal because, and this is going to my second point, I hold it in a special place in my heart, which I can't put personally something that's really affected me very, very specially up on a pedestal because that's not fair to all the other shows that I really, really like.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So you take the bias out of it.
I take the real bias out of it, to be honest with you, because it's not fair of me to say, oh, because I've experienced this at a time of like really, really low depression, to have it like the highest of the high. I mean, that's not fair to say to all other shows that are like, oh my gosh, this is really, really fantastic. You know what I mean? So I don't put it in that pedestal or ranking system because I have a special place for it, which I don't need to put it out with other shows.
See, Clayton's being unnaturally quiet.
I'm just thinking.
No, he's
Yeah.
thinking right now.
I'm genuinely
I know.
stringing thoughts together.
That's what's cool. Like, you're being unnaturally quiet.
Thank you.
Yeah, man. I can tell you're about to drop some science, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I put shows in a special place too, but it's
TMNT.
yeah, but I'm still able to take the bias out of, like you're saying, and
Yeah.
if you ask me, objectively speaking, I consider MLP a lower quality show than something like TMNT as an example.
Oh, yeah.
And if you ask me why, I can break down why from a creative standpoint.
Oh yeah.
And that's taking out all of my personal interests and everything else. You know what I mean?
But it could be from your perspective as
Yeah.
to why you hold something else dear to your heart than this show.
I guess what you're saying is personally, it's higher up. It's in higher regard than it is objectively.
Exactly.
Yes.
I hold it in this. That's the perfect way to look at it, and that's why I want to know, where do you guys stand with that? Because it is in its special place. This show is special. It introduced to me a whole new circle of people. Let me travel a lot for fun. All kinds of awesome stories to be had that have gone on this show. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And everything else. But yeah, I can totally sit back and say, yeah, objectively, here's what I think.
Mm-hmm.
It means the world. I can't wait to see it end in a good way. But if you want my actual breakdown of it, here it is. That doesn't change me. That doesn't stop me from loving it.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Well, I think that shows how much you care for it. Also, if you look at it more objectively, that just means that you show more attention to it, and you're willing.
I can't help but analyze. I was analyzing
Well,
spoilers.
that just means
earlier.
how much you care about it. Is that if you really love the show that much, I don't think you'll be able to look at it a lot, and just fully appreciate it because you have to take in the good with the bad. And if you only take the good in, I don't necessarily think that that's good in general. So you have to
If
have.
you're not critical of the thing you love, then you
Yeah,
don't truly love it. You
Yeah.
want to see it grow.
yeah. You want to see it become better
Yeah, you
every
can't.
step of the way.
You can't grow without knowing where you're weak.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
which is apparently the hernia.
Yeah, like to be better, to be a better person, you have to look at within yourself and like, okay, you have to, notice your faults and say, okay, accept them, and go. How can I improve to be better than where I am?
Yeah,
That's
Elon's
not-
going nuts over there, isn't he?
No, he's
No, I'm
looking
just
at
seeing
sports.
No, like I'm seeing the ... constantly on.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
he's
there it is.
He's thinking. Oh.
Hang on.
Oh boy.
But while he's reading that, the one person I want to hear the most about this is from
Clayton.
Dewey over here.
Yeah, I can't
because,
wait to hear it
like,
too.
no offense, a lot of us truly believe you put this show on a high pedestal with how often you praise it, how a lot of times, especially when we're talking about season and all of that, you're like, yeah, I like all the seasons. You never have anything negative really to say about any episode.
Yeah, that was.
So you do. No offense, I'm not trying to put you down or anything. It does seem like you put on such a high pedestal because you have. I don't think I've heard you say anything actual negative about any
Or
episode.
critical.
Well, that's why I think it's good timing that we're having this topic for this episode. That I'm pretty on.
Yeah.
So that's why I don't think this topic would be anywhere near as impactful if we saved it for the next episode, for an episode when we review Top Bowl, which I'll tell you now, I absolutely adore Top Bowl. That was great.
Like I was saying, that's one of the ones that brings me back. Top Bowl, I really like that one.
So before I give my 2 cents on it, I'd like to read what Trixie said.
Alright,
Okay.
what does Trixie
Let's
say?
go.
Bear in mind, I have not skimmed through this yet. This is brand new.
Sight
to me.
reading.
You're reading it live.
Yeah, sight reading.
So here's the topic. Do you hold MLP to the same standards as other shows you watch, and why/why not? And he gave me, here, from now on, quote unquote, yes and no. My Little Pony, for me, is categorized as a kid's show, like Ed, Edd n Eddy, Amazing World of Gumball, and the like. I'm more open to kids shows being more forgiving to what people would call a bad episode like Ne'er-Do-Well or others. But when comparing it to adult shows like Futurama, Archer, BoJack, and the like, it's not on the same level. I don't take the kids shows too seriously if they quote unquote write a character wrong. But if an adult show did it, it would stick out more because the target demographic would easily catch on to it. Not too sure if this make that much sense, but that's how I see it.
That was improper punctuation. He's off the podcast.
That was
Yeah, he's fired.
phenomenal.
Tell him that right now.
Actually, like that was
Yeah, that's true. Because
I
you do
don't
have
really-
cartoons.
I'll do it.
You do have cartoons, like, of course.
Hold on, you gotta tell him why he's fired because you spelled it wrong.
Well, you had like
and Meg,
shows
and
like
Meg.
Ed, Edd n Eddy and Powerpuff Girls and all like that. But you also have adult shows like Futurama, BoJack.
That's
BoJack Horseman,
actually
or
interesting.
in this case, Rick and Morty.
Dude,
Also.
I'm so glad that he mentioned stuff like that because it's like, ask me which one I think is objectively better, Ed, Edd n Eddy or MLP. And Ed, Edd n Eddy is my favorite Cartoon Network show.
Oh yeah.
Which one do you think I think is objectively better?
Well, I don't need to because I know you'll say Ed, Edd n Eddy.
No, MLP.
Really?
Because Ed, Edd n Eddy never tried to be bigger than itself.
Mm.
Like
Yeah,
MLP
they didn't
does.
leave the cul-de-sac until way later on in the season.
Interesting.
The
Yeah.
big picture, I think.
I think objectively
They
speaking,
did it in the big picture of the movie, right?
yeah.
Oh, they went to high school.
Oh yeah, they went to high
Yeah,
school
the
in the later
seasons, but-
seasons.
Yeah, they didn't expand the world outside the cul-de-sac of their general area until the actual movie.
The actual movie.
Yeah,
That's
it
what
was
did
like literally just nothing but like comedy shows, a comedy episode over and over and over again. And that's like I said, it's my favorite Cartoon Network show. But objectively speaking, MLP is better than it.
Mhm.
Okay.
And I can back up why, from a creative, objective standpoint, why that is. Now, which show do I like more? Hard to say. I love both shows. You know what I mean? But from an actual creative standpoint, yeah, surprise. MLB 's
Surprise
got
indeed,
beat.
actually.
Yeah. No, because it had the characters are like after 6 seasons. The characters, even though we just spent the better part of an hour complaining about not getting to see somebody's parents, we have a lot more history, and they're a lot more set in stone than the random moments when Ed goes insane thinking he's a monster.
That's
You know what
to
I
this day is my favorite episode, by the
That's
way.
one of my favorite episodes too.
No, it is my favorite. I adore that one. The day the Ed stood still.
Oh,
The
yeah.
movie might take my favorite, just because
I
Probably.
can't tell you anything about the movie. Like I
You
have,
haven't seen it?
I don't think so.
Wow.
You-
It's really
if
good.
you love the show, you ought to.
Yeah, the movie.
No, everybody tells me. Everyone tells me.
But like this, that's what I'm hoping the MLP movie is.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. In that regard, I hope they take that route because that's gonna be if they go out like Ed and Eddy did, then I'd be extremely, satisfied.
You said top kek?
Top gang.
I hate you. You said
Oh my
top
God.
kek. Alright, you're fired. Yay. So, anyways.
What is
Shit,
this?
shit, shit.
No, I'll get a text. He doesn't text me.
No, you're not in the state of... Get down, Mr. President! We just scared the out of Cam. I
Like
can't-
Chuck is right.
No, guys, I know you can't see it, but Cam was totally in a defensive position, ready to punch and kick stuff.
No, dude, I've been so karate up. It wasn't.
Yeah.
That's what I thought you were doing, because J-Thor was like doing fake tears, but I thought he was putting his fingers on his ears, like, oh,
I
crap.
saw that, so I was like this, and I was like, Trevor, do it.
He's like, Trevor, come on! So, yay. Anyways, so yeah, I mean, that's a pretty interesting answer, and, okay,
Still
fine.
waiting for your end.
Get
bro.
down, Mr. President, blah, blah, blah. We
I was
did it.
actually gonna bum rush him.
Yeah, so, anyways.
I haven't heard it. Don't.
That sounds like a personal problem.
It is very personal.
So, I think honestly, it's extremely difficult to hold everything to the same standard because I think I've mentioned this to you before, but another one of my all-time favorite TV shows is My Name Is Earl. I absolutely adore that show, and to me, shows like MLP, it all comes down to how you interpret it and what you're looking for. And to quote My Name Is Earl,
Your co-host is sending me very derogatory texts
Well-
because I raised a valid complaint that I didn't get one.
so ma'am, we will have this dealt with. Don't worry.
So I'm sending him a picture of my hernia.
Good response.
Oh wait, it's okay.
Oh, I want.
No, go.
Okay, so
Yeah.
to bring My Name Is Earl into this, which to this day is my favorite pilot the show has ever done. But in that pilot, I remember Randy said in it, "I think you're trying to sell a cat to a man who fancies dogs," and to me, that's where I think the problem with trying to hold every single show all across the board to the same standard is dangerous to do. Is, let's say, because I've never seen an episode of Firefly, and I know that Firefly is regarded by many as a masterpiece. Like, I have not talked to somebody who does not like that show that has seen it. Everybody I've talked to adores it.
It's
That's
not
because
so much-
Chocolate Bear killed everyone that didn't
Yeah.
like it.
And it's not so much that it's a masterpiece, it's just that it had so much potential. Like, people were thinking it was going to be the next Star Wars, Star Trek.
Well, yeah, it only
Doctor
had
Who.
one season, right?
Yeah.
Okay, well, again, it's like, it's widely accepted all across the board that
Firefly equal good.
a majority of the people say Firefly equal very good for insert reasons here. Yeah, Tibor, we're clocking in at about an hour and 11 minutes.
Oh, okay.
So, Firefly equal very good. So, and they come to shows like Firefly expecting to see this, and it's like, it's good because this, which also can come down to just how you interpret it. And that's why I think it's unfair to compare a show like MLP to something like Firefly. It's, again, trying to sell a cat to a man who fancies dogs. It all depends on what did he say?
You'll get your turn. Continue.
Don't show him.
Cool.
Continue.
He hit
I
us
know.
earlier.
But that's why I'm not giving like a hard no, but it's difficult to. It's difficult to have the same standard all across the board in many ways. I mean, yeah, Trixie does have a point when it comes to saying like MLP is this, and you can't hold to the same standard as something like Archer, which, let's be honest, can get away with way more than MLP can.
I think, objectively speaking, Archer is a worse show than MLP.
Okay, and that's fine.
I have to agree with on that one.
I haven't really... See, that's the thing, though, is I've never made the effort to compare something like MLP to Archer. Yes, I compare MLP to South Park, but I'm just comparing how much they make me laugh.
Yeah.
So, at least for me, it's different, like... I can see why... So just to catch up, and just to, I guess, confirm, you personally do say, yes, I hold every show to the same standard all across the board.
Yeah, and I can explain my personal reasoning behind that is, we've said this before, I'm an English major, I'm a writer, we're working on our cartoon. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So every show that I ever watch, not only, do I draw inspiration from, I also learn from their mistakes. I pay attention to what they do, how it's done, how it's constructed, everything like that. Every single time I'm sitting down to watch something, it's a lesson. That's the long and short of it. I treat it like a lesson. You know what I mean? And every time I go back and review something, whether it's learning how to draw something new or looking at different facial expression to seeing plot structure and symbolism, I'm analyzing, because that's just how I am. Blame the Bruce Lee lineage for that.
But see, going into that, you can look at it, you interpret it as a lesson. And that's honestly, this is the first time I'm hearing about it, and that's a great way to look at it. But
the only lessons I don't interpret from MLP are the
actual
actual ones they
lessons.
teach in the show, because
as you said,
I had a childhood.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
And
a crazy wild one.
And that's the thing. I'm the flip. I don't see a problem with a 23-year-old dude picking stuff up from that and being like, hey, that's a good point. I like that. But what I'm getting at with this is you interpret it as a lesson, which is great, but that also that kind of shows the point of that writing is a form of art, which, I mean, there's no one way that you have to do it. And I think by this point, especially if you're doing your own stuff, you're smart enough to know that that's the case. Is there's more than one way to, I guess, for lack of a better phrase, to skin a horse.
That's why Wonderwall is awesome, right?
No, I hate that song.
Thank you. You're proving my point.
No, I can't stand that song. But I know for every person like me who hates that song, there's 30 people who adore it.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
It's about a wall that's wonder.
It's not wonderful though. I told you that A-Fest story, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, you told us.
I need to text him. He's a nice guy.
Was there anything else that you guys really want to cover? Because we're already 1 minute 20 plus.
1 hour 16 minutes.
Oh, almost.
I think we got
Have
it
we
all
satisfied your answer with this?
Oh no, man! I just want to know if you guys had anything else to add.
Well,
I was happy.
Yeah. Look,
15
when it comes
minutes ago.
in regards
After
to
I got to talk.
in regards to something J. Thor said of this idea that I hold the show very highly on a pedestal. I mean, I'm not going to lie. To me, I have this theory that no matter how big or small, there's always a trace of bias in something.
Yes.
You can say how I choose to look at this objectively, and that's great, but there's still a 0.00001% of bias of some sort.
Yeah, because it's based on a source of comparison. How do you know it's good until you see it?
Yeah, there you go. So, and that's how I feel about MLP is it obviously I'm not parading around saying it's the best written show I've ever seen in my whole life. And to me, it's not. It's definitely not. But you know what? It doesn't need to be. One of the things I love, and I am one of those people who truly does believe, this show is getting better. As we go along, it's improving on what it once was. Because like I said, season 5 to me is wonderful. But I think it's better, and it's getting better because of the idea that's it's starting to get it knows what it is, and it's not trying to go out of its way to say, wow, look at us trying to break so much new ground by being a brilliantly written show or something like that. The way I see it, it's MLP just saying, hey, I'm me. And I've loved that. I've always loved that about it. Is how, I mean, yeah, you can try, and that's one of the things I liked about South Park. I'm truly happy that they tried the season-long arc. I may not like how it ended up, but I'm still happy they did it.
That's actually one of the cool things too. You're saying, season 5, you really loved season 5.
Is easily my favorite season.
Yeah, see, that's what's weird is I think that, in my opinion, it went season 1's good, 2's good, 3's good, 4 sucked, 5 sucked, 6 is good again.
For MLP?
Yeah, and my reasoning behind that is because I look at it through the centralizing theme of Friendship is Magic.
Mm-hmm.
Seasons 4 and 5, it was a lot more solo-based. Twilight solved a lot of the problems by herself.
Do you truly think it sucked, though? 4 and 5?
I'm just using that as a general term.
Okay, fine.
They can't see the fact that I'm making arches
He
with
didn't
my hand.
With his he's
I'm
making arches
making a
with
graph. I'm pantomiming a graph.
Yeah, and he pantomimed a small dip, not a nosedive.
Yeah, it was a downhill. It was a dip in quality for seasons 4 and 5 because they got away from the central theme of friendship is magic and teamwork and all that stuff. But then looking at it from another perspective, we had a bunch of other you know, we had a bunch of other uplifting moments from those 2 seasons.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah,
there was
like
the
the
fact
Derek
that Starlight was arguably the best villain. You know?
Oh yeah, I don't think anybody would doubt that.
Oh, I know a lot of people
And so,
who would.
like, that's
But Christmas was the best.
That's the cool part about it. You know what I mean? That's what, if anything comes from this, because I actually watched the show. I watched this podcast and I watched the comments too. I really hope somebody in the comments listens to this and actually posts their opinions. Because that question isn't just to you guys. You just happen to be the only ones in the room.
I know. Again,
I want to hear everybody's.
No, man,
Oh,
we've
yeah.
encouraged. We don't get it as much, but we've encouraged that from since day one. Is like, guys, comment, tell us what you think.
I think that's the best way to close out. Then ask
Yeah.
like the audience, guys. Where do you rate the show?
And if you look, let me put it this way: if you comment and saying this stuff, we will reply to it.
Oh yeah.
Because I love it when we get comments to the point where I will go out of my way to be like, you know what, I want to respond to this because they took the time to say something about this, so I'm gonna take the time to respond.
I think that's a great end point.
Yeah.
And also, don't be afraid to send emails.
Yeah, we come up with topics and stuff on our own, but we also want to know what you guys want us to talk about.
Yeah.
So, anyways,
I'd love to hear what their thoughts are, how they rate shows.
Oh yeah.
all right. So I think that is a good conclusion to draw this up on. Want to close it out? All right then, let's do it. I'm DoTheDaringDew.
I'm Tibor.
I'm the guest of the week.
Now JWhoof.
And Trixie is with us.
In spirit.
I was gonna say
No, he's down at Pony Hill with Applejack's parents.
Pony Hill with Applejack's parents. Good night.
Good night, everybody.
There you go.